Hello, welcome to Voice It Free. I'm so glad you stopped by. And today I'll be speaking about what I believe is one of the most important things for singers, and that's breathing or breath control. And I know you may say, well, no, I want to learn how to hit the high notes and I want to learn how to sing at the right pitch. And, you know, if it's one thing I have learned, many ills can be fixed with learning breath control. We sing on an out breath. And when you're able to control how fast or how slow you release your air, believe me, it's a game changer. It's a game changer for the long notes. It's a game changer for stamina. It's a game changer for high and low. It's a game changer for loud and soft. It's a game changer. But today we're just going to talk about just three different ways that people tend to breathe sometimes. That the first one is going to be a no, absolute no, and that's clavicular breathing, or we call it shallow breathing. And that's when you breathe high into this area. No, a lot of people breathe high into the clavicular area. And I deal with high achieving women. It is quite common because it's that area where you quickly want to just get things together. And the problem with it is that it creates tension in the neck and it can restrict your voice. And there's something I'm going to actually demonstrate, and you can try it yourself. If you take a very high breath in the clavicular area and try to sing, this might happen to you. Free! You find yourself having to force the voice. Now, that was extra, and to be honest, I can override it. I know how to override it, and I'll even prove that. Free. How do I do that? Well, I know how to shift the power lower and ignore the excessive tension that the high breathing creates. And that is why singers who learn spectacular breath control, they could be on stages evoking emotion by using a high breath. Oh, you left me. I don't know such a song. I'm just making up something on the fly. Oh, come back. And it looks the tension, the push, pull, it gives the drama, it gives the emotion, and they're doing it, but they know how to shift the power lower down because they have spectacular breath control. Whereas someone who's more of a beginner, who have not been taught to shift the breath, believe me, having it high in the clavicle, it's not good. It's not good. Now I wanted to just go forward. The second type of breathing that I'm going to talk about is chest, and it's a lot better. That's like taking your breath lower. Now, majority of chest is like a triangular shape, so it's broad at the bottom. But I can tell you, as a former radiographer who took a lot of X-rays of people, there are some persons whose chest is more barrel shaped. So the wider section of the chest is actually more in the middle. However, when you're breathing low down in your chest, you're allowing the breath to come forward, your rib cage to expand, gives you better control over your breath. But naturally, the voice comes out better to me because it's in the right place. However, we're going to talk about one more area, which is spoken about, it's the healthy breathing, abdominal. And what a lot of people don't realize, unless, let's put it this way, sometimes if you're breathing and focusing only on the abdomen, you are really restricting yourself. You're not getting optimum oxygenation in your body because you're more focused on moving the abdominal muscles in and out instead of the breathing mechanism, maximizing the breathing mechanism. And I'm going to talk now about maximizing the breathing mechanism with the combination of the chest and the lower breathing, which we will call abdominal or belly breathing. I stay away from diaphragmatic because you know what? No matter how you take a breath, whether high or low, your diaphragm is working. It's that sheet of muscle at the bottom of your lungs that goes down and creates a vacuum. So you breathe in, and then when it relaxes back up, it pushes the air out. So it's always working. But I'm going to have to move so that you can see clearly because I'm going to have to stand and demonstrate. So just give me a second and we'll be back. Okay, I hope you can see me. We're going to start first with, I'm going to go back and demonstrate the chest, the lower, breathing from the lower chest, which is good. It's good. You're going to put your hand on your lower rib cage, right about here, and you're going to take in a deep breath like you're aiming the breath to your rib cage. You want to feel it go that way and forward. Let's go. Oh, yes. I'm sorry, it feels good. Then I want you to put it in your back and you're going to aim the breath towards your back. Let's try that. And for some of you, you may not feel a lot of movement because you're not used to doing that. But you keep practicing and it will get better. And now we're going to do the combined. We're going to do the lower chest, taking your breath lower into your chest, and we're going to do the abdomen. So you put your hand on your abdomen and you're going to breathe and imagine in the air like you're aiming it both to expand your abdomen and to move your lower rib cage out in all directions. So let's try that. Another one, breathe in. And I don't know about you, but I find when I'm actually deliberately doing that, it's very relaxing. However, I will say this right here. When you're on stage, you're not going to be trying to take that kind of breath. All these are behind the scenes background work that teaches you to control your breath. You control how quickly you exhale. You control loud and soft. You control your muscles. When you're on stage, I want you to know that you don't need a lot of deep breathing. You won't be doing that. For example, if you're thinking of a song that you want to hold out, I've seen this happen when I was teaching breath control. When we go into the song to put it all together, the student will be taking great breath, gaps of breath. That itself creates tension in the body and can restrict your singing. So I had to take them to another exercise to teach them that all you need is a very just efficient breath and you're able to hold the note. For example, if I go back to that song, I don't know why Born Free is on my mind, but if I wanted to hold out the end, I don't have to go, oh, no. I simply take a nice breath. Born free. And we can go on and on and on without you seeing me take any big gasp of breath. All the breath control technique works that's behind the scenes to ensure you learn to have very efficient breath and you can hold out your notes and you can be very powerful with your voice and all that good stuff. I would also like to say that basically what I just shared is kind of elementary, just I wanted to keep it simple. However, if there's so much more to breathing for singers, breathing techniques, breath control, for example, demonstrating how you use your intercostal muscles to keep your rib cage distended while you're on a long phraseology or holding out your note. And what you do with your upper abdominal muscles as opposed to your lower abdominal muscles for maximum breath control. But those are reserved for my students. And right now I do have a few slots available for students. But what I've been focusing on are my vocal clarity calls, where we do half an hour one-to-one and you tell me what your problems are, or you demonstrate your singing and we discuss what I can sense as the real constraints and what are the possible solutions, and you can go away and follow the tips, or you can opt in to my one-to-one lessons. However, I really do like having discovery calls first. On my website there's a free discovery call for 15 minutes. That is because I do believe you need to be in sync with your vocal coach. So I want to know that I'm the good fit for you and that you're a student who is serious minded. You're ready to invest in yourself, in your voice, and put in the time and effort it takes to make the changes. Even if you just want to sing karaoke and you just want to sound spectacular. Or if you want to take it a lot further, I can train you to that level also. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, and you can hit the like button and share and subscribe, because I'll be back with more tips to help you set your voice free. Bye.